start.
Aside from one incompletion, Nick had 3 throwaways, but he completed every pass. How'd you like how he played coming back from a game you thought that maybe he was a little inconsistent in?
I thought he did a really nice job of kind of managing what we were trying to get accomplished. You know, I thought we had a good mix of run pass, trying to take advantage of the way we were running the ball and trying to get an extra guy down there. And if we do get an extra guy down there, then we need to take advantage of that. And I thought he did a really good job. I thought he made really good decisions, and that's one thing that he's been great with. His decision making has been outstanding. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way, threw the ball away. You know, it was big right at the end of the first half there that, you know, didn't take a sack when he could have taken a sack, got us out of field goal range, got the incompletion, and then we had a chance to get Alex on the field and get the field goal. So I thought he did a really good job.
Trent Cole has done a good job a few games this year setting the tone early. He did it again tonight on a sack on Chicago's first possession, finished with 3 sacks. Just talking about his progression.
I think Trent, you know, I said that they wanted to just plays with great effort, you know, and sometimes the numbers didn't show because he didn't have a sack total or whatever, but the pressure he's got from game 1 to now to game 15, you know, sometimes it starts to come. And he was so close in a lot of games, but I think what you just keep saying out of Trent is that he just gives you that effort, and he just plays so hard. And, you know, he had that 1 sack where he's diving over people. But that's a Trent, you know, we understand what he can do and how he sets the tone for us, and I think a lot of the other guys feed off of that.
I know you didn't want anyone paying any attention to the Dallas game, but did you see the end of it? You didn't want anyone's game to be affected.
We're playing the Chicago Bears, but I knew everybody knew the Dallas game was going on, so I didn't tell anybody. We never once talked about the other opponents or who everything was. We go out and play. You know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said you didn't want them to worry about it much.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. Anyway, did you see the end of it?
Yeah, I saw it.
And were you worried that anybody would be affected by it?
No, it wasn't.
Did you ever consider for a second maybe kind of reversing him?
No, not at all.
Chip, what was the biggest difference for the defense tonight? They came out a lot more aggressive, basically from the jump, than you guys were last week.
You know, they played with great energy. We had a great week of training, and you know, it showed, and that's what they did. You know, so it's I don't think the scheme was any different than what we've had the last couple of weeks. I just think, you know, guys made plays, and we had a bunch of guys that were excited about playing in the games.
Chip, the conventional wisdom, and the question comes up was, well, you didn't really need this game. Explain to us your thinking and your approach to this football game after, obviously, you knew Dallas had won the football game.
Very simply, we're from Philadelphia and we fight. That's it. If there's a game on, we're playing. End of story. And all this stuff about backing in, not worrying about things, all these other things, I have no idea. So many different scenarios. Could have been a tie. What if there's a tie when we go play Dallas next week and then we gave a game away last week? If we're going to line up and kick off, you tell us what time to show up and we'll be there.
Chip, what does it say about your team that you can be as bad as you were in almost every area last week and then bounce back?
I disagree with it. We were bad in every area last week.
What's bouncing back in general?
I thought we bounced back in general, and I think that's what our team's all about, but I would disagree with the point that we were bad in every area. We had 475 yards and scored 30 points last week.
So what was the biggest difference this week relative to last week?
We played a different team and we executed them. And this is a one-week deal. I know I say it, it's a broken record, but you know, you come back to work. When you win, you get better, and when you lose, you try to get better. And that's the deal. And that's what this team's all about. They're focused. We stumbled when we were in Minnesota. Minnesota beat us. They played better than us that day, but we weren't going to let Minnesota beat us twice. So.
It looked like you got your Polk and Bryce involved a little early, maybe a little more reps than normally they've gotten, and it paid off. What was the thinking behind that?
It was just where LaShawn is, and there's just, you know, depending on if he's tired, he takes him out for a play and roll those guys. So, you know, we were consistent. I think we only punted once in the first half. Is that right? You know, so we got more snaps off. So, you know, I think when you get a few 3 and outs early, it's tough to get your rhythm and tough to get going offensively. So we're not really thinking about getting guys out, but you know, LaShawn's really good with Deuce in terms of telling him if he needs to play off or whatever. You know, Chris has practiced really well, you know, over the last month or so, and Bryce the same thing. I think we got really good competition with those guys, and you know, we just kept rolling them in there. And I think it's a real positive for this team that you know, you can take LaShawn out. We're getting the production we can out of Chris and Bryce.
How do you get better from a performance like tonight?
Same exact thing. We go to work on Tuesday, just like we've done every single game, after every single game this year. So the methods won't change. We got to go back and go to work. We'll look at the film. We'll make the proper corrections. We'll start with corrections on Tuesday, and then we'll start to put in the game plan for Dallas.
Chip said Gordon had the big safety in the second half. Just what has he given to this team all year long?
Yeah, Seth's been one of those guys really consistent right from the jump. You know, and we talked about him a lot early. And I think as Benny and Fletch have started to really emerge too. You know, I think sometimes you forget about it, but it's not because said wasn't productive. It's just that we had some other guys who really started to contribute, and huge play for us at a point in time when we needed a little bit of a jump, and that kind of, you know, not only do we score and get the 2 there, but they kick it, and we had an opportunity to go down on that drive and score a touchdown, so it's a 9-point swing for us.
Chip will have a challenge that you cost your timeout on the turn.
Yeah, I screwed up.
I didn't know the rule.
No, I knew the rule. I'm not making excuses. My fault. I knew the rule. It was my fault.
Chip, you kicked it deep, the opening kickoff. It also looked like I hadn't seen Kerry Williams out there covering too many kickoffs.
Yeah, we
Talk
were
about
just
that.
because we were down Colton and we were down Coleman. You know, and there are 2 guys that have been on our team, so had to take some outside guys, move them inside, and then use Kerry. We moved Rock around. Rock was usually in that position. I think we moved Rock inside a little bit more. So.
But you kicked deep. I mean, to Hester, who's a threat. Is that you went right after him from the beginning?
No, it was just a different. Again, I said it last week. It depends on the scheme you're running and who's the guy back there and what do they do. And we felt like we had a pretty good plan with with what Coach Fitt was putting together, and that was our plan that week. We make adjustments every week, no matter who we're playing. So.
McCoy had a big run on his first game. How much of a tone did he set for you guys starting this game?
I think it's positive for everybody when obviously your first drive can result in we're moving. When you start with a 3 and out, it starts to be that's not a good jump for anybody. So I think we get a good game, we're moving, and then all of a sudden I think they thrive off of that, and I think that really brings some energy to the whole group.
Yeah, but how much did getting you involved really set the tone for you guys? It seemed like going beyond 8 carries he had last week.
Yeah, I mean he played really well.
On the first touchdown, it looked like there were 3 options. You roll out, there were 2 tight ends, and he ended up going with Cooper. Is there 3 options there? And
there was 4. Actually, we had another tight end on the backside. It was just a naked pass from. We had 2 on the front side, 2 on the backside, and then Nick's got to depend on how they play it. Do they overplay? His first 2 reads are on the outside, and then he works it back inside.
Chip Burley's thoughts on going to Dallas, the UC level one.
So the playoffs just start a week early for both teams. If you win, you get an opportunity to kick away, and if you lose, you're going home. So it's really the first week of the playoffs is how we're approaching.
We think the Cowboys are walking off the field.
Yeah.
Hey, Chip, after the game, what was your message there?
1 down, 1 to go. Gotta go to bed.
Thanks.